In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a very simple tote bag, basic tote bag that doesn't have any closures like zippers and buttoning and all that. The first thing we want to do is we want to bring in an avatar. And the reason is we need it as a reference for the size of the bag. For example, I'm going to take the rectangular tool and draw out a rectangle like this. Okay, so here we see it's placed at the side here. Here I'm going to just sort of put it in place so we can try to understand the size of tote that is the best for her. Like this, for example, it's sort of I think it's big enough like this. I think it is, yes, like this already. We can make it a little wider here. We can go here, make it a little wider. We pull and we make it a little wider. So if you're satisfied and you're like, okay, this is good enough, we can just hide the avatar. Okay. So there we have to work with this rectangular panel. Now, if we begin simulating, it's going to just fall to the ground. It fell to the ground and that's it. Let's Control Z to put it back where it was. Okay. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to work with no gravity. So to do that, because we're concentrating on the tote bag. To do that, we're going to right click in the 3D window, and here in this dialog box, you see scene environment. You click on that. Now over here in the property editor, you see gravity minus 9800. Here you want to click here and just put it to 0 so that when we go and we simulate, it really doesn't go anywhere too much. So here we have this panel here. Now, what we can do is we can right click and we can do a symmetric pattern of this panel. So we have a 2. Now, we have 2 symmetric patterns, and what we can do is here, if you look carefully, but here you have to go up to the fabric and make sure that the cloth thickness is not selected. If you look carefully, you'll see this is the wrong side and here is a wrong side. Now, if we try to get this to the right side, let's see, right click, flip orientationally 3D. Then everything works well. So here we have the right side, okay, which is important, and the right side. And here we have the 2 wrong sides. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to put a panel. So in order to put this panel, we need to do some addition. We need to know the length of this panel and the width. So for the length of the panel, what we need to do is we need to add this side, and this side. Okay. And then we need to sew it on the panel, of course. Here we need to get to calculate. So here's what we do is this. We go to the edit pattern tool, click on this, and this is 33.52. Okay, so here's 33.52, and over here it's also 33.52. So you can either add it or multiply it by 2. Okay, so that gives me 67.04. Now I've got to add this part here too. This is 30.56. Now the total is 97.61. So that's the total length. Now here I have to go then up to my rectangular tool because I need to make out this panel. I would click here, and here for the height, I will put in the 97.61. And then for the width, I will do like 5. Okay, 5 centimeters. That's good enough. Okay, so here we have our panel here that goes, that attaches these two other rectangular panels here. Now, what we want to do is we want to sew them together. So here, what we can do is we make sure then everything is on the, it's supposed to be on the right side. It's on the right side. Otherwise, it can be really big, a lot of confusion. Okay. Mhm. So already here for this long panel, you see this is the right side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just click on it and turn it, sort of flip it underneath like this. So you try to arrange things in a way that you understand exactly, a little bit, be organized in what you do, because it does help. There's less confusion. So we're gonna sew uh this length here to this line here, and then the other one to the other one. So we can already do this in the 3D window. So what we can do is use the free sewing tool or the MN free sewing tool. I'm going to use the MN free sewing tool. So I'm going to begin here clicking. I clicked again here, click once, clicked again, and I'm going to go up, double click, and I'm going to click on enter. So the side to which I want to sew it onto, I'm going to start there now. I click here, and then I'm going to go all the way across here, double click, and click enter. Now you see there's a sewing relationship that's developed. We're going to do the same thing for the other side. We're going to click once here, click one, click one. We go here again, click one, click again, and we go up here, double click, enter, press enter. Now we go here again, double click, and we press enter, and there is another one. Now we're going to simulate, and here you see there we have our bag. It's shaped. Something is wrong here. Let's see. What could that be? Okay. Oh, thing seems okay. Okay, let's see what is going on here. Okay. No, everything's fine. So, okay. Mhm. We take off simulation. And here we have our bag. It's in place. Now, we're going to use minimum details. For example, we're going to be using some top stitching in this on this bag. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to, like where the straps, they're sewn onto the bag. Sometimes you have this little small panel with like an X top stitching, X stitch, okay? That sews the strap onto the body of the bag itself. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. So what we can do is we're going to go to our add point tool. And here we're going to, let's see, add some points. Okay. Yeah. Okay. More or less like this, 7, 8. Okay. So we've added some points, and it's maybe a quick way to do it. There are many ways to do some of these operations. So this is one of the ways. And the important thing is there's equal distance between here, these points, okay? Now, I'm going to want the strap to be, it could be this here, it could be attached either here or here and here. So what we can do is we can start eliminating some points. So we go to the edit pattern tool, and I'm going to delete this. Oops. Control Z. No, not all the points. We're going to delete this point here, this one, and maybe this one in the middle. I think that's okay. So the straps are going to be sewn on like this, it's going to be sewn on to these. Okay, so because it's symmetric, it's automatically done too. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to create a sort of a little rectangular box here. So I'm going to go up here to my pen tool and look carefully, because I'm going to click once on this dot. And if you notice, when I move the highlighted line, you see that uh, when it's diagonally, the dotted line, it's all it's a guideline, okay? So it practically guides you on where you want to put the point. Now, I want it straight. So I'm going to just move it. If you look carefully, bring it up a little closer, move it so that it lines up with the dotted line. Okay, so I've done that. Now it's 3.81. Okay, and here I'm going to go here again. Look at that. And I'm going to sort of check out the guidelines, because now I'm working on the other point, this one up here. But I need the line, I need it to line up so things could be straight. I'm going to go right here. And here it is. Click. And then I'm going to go here and double click. So here I have my little rectangular panel, and this is, I'm going to be showing you what I have to do with this now. So here I want this placed on all of them, all of the sides here. I'm going to place it on this side here. So what you do is it's selected, it's highlighted. You just right click, copy and paste, Control C, Control V. And here I'm just going to hook it on to these 2 points. Okay, so everything's good. Now here I'm going to left click, it's highlighted, hold on shift, click again, because what I want to do is I want them cut and sewn. Okay, so they're all cut and sewn, because now I'm going to create that X, because on this X I'm going to be able to do my top stitching. So I'm going to take the pen tool here. Okay, there is one and the other one too. Now, okay, let's see, and then here, and then here. What we're going to do with this, we're going to cut and sew them. So here we're going to cut and sew and cut and sew. I'm going to do the same for this. Okay. So now that everything's done, what we're going to do is we're going to create our strap, the two straps. And so I'm with the edit pattern tool selected. Here we click, we see it's 3.82. So the width of the strap has to be 3.82. Now the length, I'm going to make the length, I'm going to make it like 100. Okay. So it's like it's a tote, it's going to be crossbody and all that. So I'm going to click on our oops, rectangular tool, and we said that the width is going to be 3.82 and the height we want it to be 100. Okay. So now here we have our strap. I'm going to turn it a bit here like this. Bring it down here closer so we can see what's going on. Okay, good. So here the right side is here and the wrong side is there. And that's fine. That's just fine. Now we have to sew two of these on. The first one goes here and the second one goes to the back. Now, in order to facilitate this sewing here, what we're going to do is we're going to just put an internal line here, and then we're going to use the fold arrangement tool. So we click on the fold arrangement, and here, let's get it a little closer so you can see. We click here, and the only reason it's I want it to be more aligned. So when I have to sew it, segment sew it, at least it's could be easier. So here we like bring it down like this part, and this we bring it down like that. Okay. Now of course it's too far away. Let's go back to the select move tool and get it a little closer. Okay. Like that. So basically we want this edge here to be sewn onto this edge here. Okay, so let's begin. We can do all of this in the 3D window. So here it is. Okay. And then the other side, we want to do the same. Okay. Let's, in the meanwhile, let's take away this, delete that, and let's simulate in the meanwhile and see how it's coming out. Okay, here it is, the strap. Okay, now we want to do the same. So what we can do is we can do a symmetric pattern strap here. I didn't do symmetric pattern with seam. You can do that too, but sometimes for some reason it glitches and it doesn't give me the sewing relationship. So this is why I just did that, and I'm just going to sew it on. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, and here you just sew it on. So now you have your tote. A very simple tote. Of course, you can apply different types of fabrics, whatever, patterns, textures, and anything like that. But what we're going to do is we're going to just add some, we can assign a color and add some top stitching. So the color we can assign is, let's see. Mm, oh, okay, we can assign this color here. It's a beige type of thing going on. And now we're going to do some top stitching because we wanted to top stitch this area here. So here in the object browser, this pad here, select our top stitch icon here. We click on that and here. Now, what color can go really well with this? We can use red, dark red, a light red, even a darker type of a orange type of thing. Green. Let's see. Okay, we could do that. Okay. So now we're going to click on segment top stitch because we want a top stitch here. So we, in the 3D window, we can just begin. You click and here we have, of course, you can edit these top stitches. Okay, no, let's go. Oh, no. Okay, let's go. Because here it depends on what side of the line you go to. Okay, let's go again. Okay, so here we have some top stitching going on, and then we're going to do the same for here. Mhm. Okay, so we have our top stitch, and that's done. Now, what we're going to do is this simple bag, we're going to put it on the avatar. So let's go back home here and we're going to do select the select move tool, right click, and we're going to show all avatars. Okay, she has to come back. Okay, and this is just showing you how it goes on the avatar. Okay, she has really no clothes on. Here we select it, and of course we can move it accordingly. So here's what, with the bag selected, I'm gonna do something like this. Okay, so that it sort of here sometimes you have to uh, tweak the offsets and everything else. Here's what we're gonna move it down like that. We're gonna start simulating, bring things up. Okay. But the problem here, if you notice, is that we need our gravity. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to right click, scene environment again here, the gravity, you see it's 0. We got to change that now. So it was minus 9800, and here, okay. So there, if we simulate, now things start really falling. Let's select it and let's try to put it in place. Okay, okay. Oops. Okay, we're gonna put it okay like this. Oh, okay. We're getting there. Okay. So as I said, you can add some stiffer textures to this stiffer fabrics. You can use stiffer fabrics, leather, and okay. Okay, so this one here, see, this is like we're trying to get it like really in a way that it's not too crisscrossed. So this one here, I'm gonna work on it a bit. Okay, that seems to be going okay. I think we're there with it. Okay, so here we have our simple tote bag. We're going to be doing other bags, different bags too, with more details. And so thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.